Boo! Hi. I've decided to start talking because I think it'll entertain you more than just reading what I've captioned. I've put together the first part of the big project I've been telling you about. I apologize about how long it's been taking. Thank you for your patience. This is my first time recording with me speaking, so it's probably going to sound really bad. So bear with me. Let's go! Maybe. I don't know. There we go. Can you guess what's inside the case? I don't think I could. And it's a penny board. So if you don't know, a penny board is a plastic like version of a regular skateboard. I got this for my birthday, purposely white in white, so I could paint it for the content. So it's a little smaller. I like it that way though. As you can see, the underside is the most bare and flat, even though it's not particularly flat. Anyways, that is the side I want to paint on, so here we go. For my birthday, I got these cups that will help me save paint. It helps me a lot. They're a great size for me, I like them a lot. I think I got a pack of 12. Also, I got new paint. I use Appleberry paint, which I can link in the description. Also got this. I bought it. I didn't actually use it. Which is okay, but I wanted to show it. Okay, so now I have to take off the sticker on the back, which I've actually had trouble with, which I shouldn't have. It's a freaking sticker, you know what I mean? So I tried to wet a paper towel, but that didn't really work either. So I used scissors to try to scrape it off, but that still didn't work. It ended up being fine in the end. So if you've been with me for a while, I like to tape off what I don't want to get paint on, which was at first, quote me on at first, these metal parts, which actually I could have taken off with a screwdriver, but I didn't trust myself enough. So, I just didn't want to get anything on it because I really liked it and it was pretty much new. But getting into those corners under the wheels were pretty hard. This took forever, I'm not even joking. Now looking at it and remind you, this is sped up 5 times. So now if you know me as well, and you've been watching, I like to go in with the white base coat, even though this is white, but it helps since I couldn't find a sandpaper. I couldn't sand off the surface for the other paint to stick onto it really well, which I needed to. So I found that putting on a layer of white paint helps it stick. But I think it kind of came back to bite me in the end. So now I'm taping the wheels, which took even longer than the metal side. I eventually found a quicker way, but I don't think this is gonna get kind of boring, so I'll probably speed this up. So I'm kind of doing it all in one piece and then moving the wheel and moving my hand slowly so it's just all in one piece and easier to take off. So then I'm finishing up the white layer. So I did about, I think, 2 coats of this white paint, just to make sure. So I went to go grab pencils and stuff to start the sketching process. I also went to go get my new iPad so I could get a design that I wanted. This ended up being useless in the end. So as you can see, that's kind of like a Chinese dragon. I've loved dragons ever since I was really young. And it was hard to sketch this out because of all the grooves and everything. The sketch is kind of hard to see, but it's very, I was going to do like a dragon head with its like teeth and everything. Kind of scary, but it didn't, the sketch for one like didn't look right from the start. So that's the sketch. I know it's hard to see, but you can kind of see its tongue and its eyes a little bit, and the horns are kind of hard to see, but yeah. So here it is. Yes, I definitely messed up on this. So I tried to use my new black marker. Anyways, so I'm gonna start mixing new paint for this new design. Mixing all that together. Here they are. So I made a kind of a lighter rainbow. And the white on the bottom is just on the outside. It's all mixed together, really. So then I painted these stripes, which I didn't think I needed to record. Or my phone died. I'm not quite sure. Like when I went to put this together, I just couldn't find it. Anyways, so now I'm painting on drips, which my idea. I think I like the drips a lot. So as you can see with that messy black outline, all artists make mistakes. Like I don't want to be arrogant and tell you guys that I'm the best artist, because I'm not. I'm really not. But everybody makes mistakes, and you can't set it down and say, "Oh shoot, I messed up. I'm done with this. I'm not going to try again." When really you have to try again. And if you don't, then you're just left with something you can't use. And I love pennyboarding, and I've always had dreams of becoming a good skateboarder, so I thought maybe a pennyboard would be a good start. But yeah, so I've kind of left the middle kind of untouched, which that'll be part 2 of me. I think I'm either gonna add a character or something there. So I'm just going back over those, making those very, very clean, as clean as I can get them, really. Letting that dry, and then coming back over it again. I think I either bumped the paint, and I think it made it scratch off over there on that tail. Okay, so I wanted to go with a food theme. So here I'm adding the green leaves to a strawberry, if you can't see that very well. I'm adding a watermelon here. Letting that dry. It's kind of chaotic. So, unfortunately, I think my phone died on the other side. So, I did an avocado, as you can see on the end there, for the green, cheese for the yellow, and for the orange, I did an orange. An orange for an orange. Anyways, so back to this side. I'm now doing the orange part, which is very hard to see because of the wheels. Honestly, I think I'd rather have taken off the wheels for this, but I was just so far in, I just didn't want to bother. think actually I left the orange part because I had no idea what to do with it because I already had an orange. So with the yellow part, I'm doing lemon, which is actually really fun to do. I think the lemon and the orange parts of this was like one of the best parts. So I did broccoli for the next one. This was like the most fun ever to do. Just adding all of like the textures and everything. It just looks so great. So that black thing you see, so I have a tripod, which, it doesn't, like, I can't position my phone on it the right way. Anyways, so as you see, the first half of it is outlines, and unfortunately, I think my phone died again, which I apologize so much for. Excuse me. But I think it died, so you can't see that. But I'm doing the exact same thing over here. So I ordered dotting tools, like, for clay and stuff, and I think it was actually for nail art. But these can, produce really thin lines better than I can with, like, brushes that I can make them a little more even and a little more thinner. So I like these a lot. And I feel like outlining everything made it look so cartoony, and it just made it pop. So then in part 2, I'm going to add more highlights and everything just to make everything just flow and make everything just look so good. So this is the side I was talking about where the first part was cut off. So you can see there's the orange and the cheese and the avocado, what I just did. So like I said, in the middle, I plan to have like a character there or something there that'll kind of stand out, which I think it's going to be really fun. But I will say it's probably going to be very hard to do a character with all the grooves. So I apologize if this doesn't, like, the part 2 doesn't turn out the way you wanted it. I'm open to suggestions as well. I always am. So here it is. It's the finished part 1. I think it looks really amazing. As you can see, the lines aren't perfect, but I plan to fix those too. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it doing it. It took a long time, but I think it came out really well in the end. So, in the next part, I'll be finishing up the board. I'll be putting varnish on it, making sure. I'll show you guys how I write it, and like maybe 1 or 2 tricks that I can do with it. But I hope you guys know that I appreciate everything that you guys do, and how supportive you guys are, and I never thought that I made it this far. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see ya!